know we talked about when I came down, but the process of working yourself into this offense, relearning, adjusting, et cetera, et cetera.
I mean, all honestly, like there really hasn't been relearning. Like maybe a little bit, but like it doesn't take me long. Maybe like a day or two, and I'm kind of back into it. But honestly, it's just getting familiar with the guys. That's my main goal. It's just like familiarity with the guys that I'm going to be playing with. I think the offense is super easy to pick up on and learn and play. So it's just getting chemistry down, understanding what I'm thinking, they understand what I'm thinking. And so we can just kind of connect in that way, because I think there was a lot of that chemistry being built at Virginia previously. So that's what I'm trying to do here.
Have you had to explain to the guys maybe about Coach and I, or?
Yeah, well, I like to joke because Nye's an easy guy to joke about, and he doesn't really care.
Yeah.
You know, he's an old guy; he doesn't really care much. So I think it's funny. I think it's funny to see the guys' reactions to the first time of like experiencing a Nye. I was like, that's funny. I've had that for a long time. So it's cool to see their reactions to things he says or the things he does. So.
Has he shared any, or he spent a lot of time with his granddaughters and
yeah, I mean, his family's close now, so that's kind of nice. I don't think he's really been this close before to his family, so I know I know he's probably enjoying that a lot.
So, Brennan, I'm Jen Lewis with 3 Chicks in a Pod and News District Media. Sorry, now you know my real job too. What is it that you're looking forward to the most coming to NC State that you know, because I know you had a great career with the Cavs, but what are you looking forward to the most with NC State?
I would say just winning games. I think we have a schedule that's set up to, you know, if we take care of business and we come out there winning games, we could have a really special season. Especially just, I think with the big time games that are going to be on our schedule, and then the ACC splitting or getting rid of divisions. I think we have a really good chance to be that top 2 teams, go to the ACC championship. And I'm just looking forward to just playing with this group of guys. If that sounds too cliche, I'm looking forward to a new set of guys and just going out in the field, turning the switch on, and go out and playing hard with them. And just see how it goes.
So you had a great little segue there for my next question. With ACC getting rid of the divisions, who are you most excited to play that you haven't played a lot or at all?
I haven't played Notre Dame yet. We get to play them week 2. I missed them in 21. I wish I would have got to play them. But yeah, I'm looking forward to them. I'm looking forward to every game. So I think they're all so crucial, so we can't look past any of them. So I'm just looking forward to putting our best foot forward and taking every game on, because it's gonna come down to that. I think once later on in the season, we're gonna start to see the records sprinkle out and start to figure out like how much each game's gonna be worth to some teams. Like this last game might be worth like everything for them just to even get to the ACC championship. So I think it's gonna be a cool season to see how it all finishes out.
Has the transition been easier than you thought it would be here in Raleigh coming from Sharpsville?
I mean,
and why?
Yeah, just because I lived on myself for 5 straight years. I'm used to living away from home. You know, it was a lot different coming in from high school, which most of the time it is. But I'm used to living on my own. Obviously having roommates, but being away from home. This was just another quick move. I settled in. We're ready to go. Football is all I'm really focused on. So it was a super easy transition.
The decision to come to...
to come here?
Oh, no. You asked the first question. This is my second question.
Yeah.
But your decision to come to NC State, is it living up to everything that you thought it would be when you decided to come?
100%. I'm just waiting to play some football. Like, that's all I'm really waiting for. We've had our training. We've done a lot of that. I'm just kind of ready to get out in the football field and just kind of put things together and get ready for the season.
And it kind of felt like, when you first came in spring, there was a little bit of a quarterback controversy on who's going to go ahead and take that. But like now here we are coming up in the fall, and it's kind of like clear cut now. So what was it that you did right to be in this position that you're in?
Well, don't get me wrong. MJ is one heck of a player. Like that dude is going to be very successful in college, 100%. My job is to have this year, and then I'm gonna, he can have the rest. In a sense, right? Like, so yeah, that's my thought. I think I have a lot of left in the tank. I have a chip on my shoulder from last year, and that's what I'm looking to do is just come out here and kind of explode again, like I did in 21. I guess that's my goal.
How close do you feel to that 2021 Brennan?
I don't think he ever left. It's just the circumstances in 2022. Like people ask me, can you get back to that guy? I was like, I don't think he's ever left. I'm 2 years older, 1 year older than what I was in 21, so he hasn't really gone too far. He just needs to come back. So,
What do you've mentioned it up there, being you and just kind of in the offense. What last year just kind of didn't let you be you?
a lot of things. I mean, like I get asked this question all the time. There's no like pinpoint of what it was. There was a lot of different things going on. I was trying to be like. I was trying to have a great attitude towards it all, but it gets frustrating week in and week out. You try to restart, flip the page, and say, let's come back out next week. And after like 6 next weeks, it's like you're dead tired, you're frustrated. So that's kind of where it got to, and so I'm just don't want to go back to that.
Are you excited to go back to Charlottesville? I mean, it's only
it's gonna be great.
away.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna treat it like any other game. How big it's an ACC game, so it's a big game for us. Like I said up there, I was like, you might get some boos, you might get some cheers. I don't know what I'm gonna get, but basically playing at home, basically home field advantage for me. Maybe not for the rest of our guys, but for me, home field advantage.
I know you don't love to look back, but when you think about the way they changed the offense, obviously they've got a vision and a system, but there could have been a more gradual kind of blending of what you. Is there a part of you that wishes they had given it a little bit more gradual transition?
Yeah, that's selfish though, but it's selfish for me to say, I wish it was more gradual. But then yet again, it's not my program. It's not. It's Coach Elliott's and their direction and what they wanted to do. So I was just trying to buy into it and try to be the best I could, and it just wasn't working. With the pieces we had and what was going on, it just wasn't working. So that's why the decision was made for me to move on.
Do you think that those pieces?
Something that's real, or you just looking for something to motivate you and so you come up with
No, I mean I played like crap last season. I mean, if I'm going to get to the NFL, which is my goal, I can't play like that. So there's a lot at stake, but I feel like I have a good mindset going out and into it because there can be pressure, and I can put pressure on myself, which I do because I expect a lot from myself. So I have a good balance of how I, in a sense, treat myself because I do put pressure on myself. But yeah, no, the thing's real. I mean, I don't know if you looked at 2022, but I ain't going to the NFL like that. So we got to get back on track.
Talk to me a little bit about your roommate.
Sorry, which one we up to?
Ladies first.
Yeah, ladies first. Sorry.
What was your impression of NC State as a program before you came?
Oh, blue collar, just hard nosed. I've been playing them in 2020, my first time playing them, because in 2018 we came to Carter Finley, but I didn't play. Bryce Perkins was starting at the time. So playing in 2020, I was like, holy smokes. Because after so long, like a quarter in, you're like, all right, I got to feel it. I know how the game's feeling. And those guys were flying around, hitting hard. Like, I could feel it. And that's when I got knocked out. I got concussed, and I got knocked out of the game, and there it was. But, no, I knew they played really hard. And then obviously going in spring against them, I mean, it's just a tough defense. Like, thank goodness you just got to do it in practice. Like, it's a tough defense to go against. It really is. With the personnel we have and just the style they do it with, like just the scheme they're trying to play with, I'm glad we only got to do it once. Spring game and in practice, that's it. We only got to do it once. It's tough.
Brennan, I know you said that you're going to treat it just like any other game when you go back to Scott, but if you glance over at the other sideline and realize
I would know every one of them.
Well, Devin and Deshaun not there, maybe they're a little bit extra emotion potentially at that point.
Oh man, well I feel like I've done a really good job, at least handling it from personally myself. With being able to have a chance to go to their funerals and being around their family and celebrating, having the funerals was more of a celebration. The way they did it was awesome. Like, I'm telling you what, I've never experienced it in my life. The way we got to celebrate their lives with their family, with our team. It really kind of put a lot of the feelings to bed, like all the feelings I was feeling. Like, I feel like that was a good closure. And that's why I handled the transfer portal the way I did after the funerals and everything like that. So I think I dealt with it really well. I think I'd be dealing with it different if I was still at Virginia because it's so prominent. I'm kind of removed from it. Even though I know, like I said, I still got the boys with me, but I think I'd be dealing with it different if I was there instead of being here at NC State. But I'm looking forward to seeing the guys, but it's game time when we go there. So And then I'm sure they're the same way when they see me. I guarantee they're trying to knock my head off. So.
You said the people.
Sean Brown's background. You know Sean Brown's background. You ever talked to Sean Brown?
Sean Brown, yeah, on our
Have you
defense.
talked to him about Devin at all?
No,
They were high school teammates.
I did not know that. No, I mean I know Sean. He calls having for us on defense all the time, but I didn't know that.
He gets hard.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're familiar with Robert's offense because of your experience there. But how about the overall offense? How is everyone else doing just changed?
Well, I think, like I said, I think they're very eager because they felt like they kind of were the, I don't know what to call it. Just they didn't hold up their end of the bargain. They felt that, and I felt like when I came in, I was just feeling the eagerness from the guys. They're like ready to work, and I think Coach and I beating them at Syracuse or kind of giving them, causing their number one defense some trouble. I think he has a lot of credibility coming in for the guys. They understand that, they see that, so they're eager, and that's all. Like I said up there on the stage, that's all I can ask for. These guys are just willing to work hard and play hard. That's all I want as a quarterback.
Talk to me a little bit about your roommate, Bradley Rosner, kind of living with him and what's it like having him in the offense now?
Yeah, so he's living. I was by myself now. He's stepping in with me for fall camp. I think he has his own place eventually, but he's going to be with me. So, I mean, it's going to be a great way to connect with someone new right away. You know, I'll at least be a voice for him. You know, I'll probably be just trying to help him out as an offense as we go. You know, him being able to step in so soon. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm used to roommates. It was different for me not having roommates this year. So hopefully I can be helpful for him football-wise, and hopefully we can just develop a great relationship outside of football for the small amount of time we're going to have at the apartment with fall camp coming up. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You said the pieces didn't fit last year. Do you think that offense can work and kind of what they're doing?
I mean, it worked at Clemson, right? They also had, I mean, they were just studs all around at Clemson too. So it's just like, it's one of those things. It's like, I think they talked about the gradual transformation into the offense. Like, yeah, if you get the pieces to do it, it's just, it was hard all at once with not the pieces, you know? So that's just my opinion, though. It doesn't really matter. I think the offense is going to be successful. It was successful already. It was shown to be successful. So it just didn't fit us at the right time, fit us at that point. So that is what it is, just timing.
But first of all, I heard all the pieces there for the offense.
Oh yeah, I mean, with Coach and I's offense, everyone, I keep saying the worryingness of the wide receivers. Like Coach and I's offense, we get guys to play with higher potential. Like we get guys in good positions to be successful. That's kind of why he's been so successful. With us and transferring to Syracuse one year, going 6-0 until their quarterback got there, like they were on a roll. I think just getting guys in position to be successful, giving them confidence. I think that's the big key, confidence. And letting them line up quick, play fast, know what they're supposed to do quick. It's a recipe for success. It really is. It makes things a lot easier for guys. And so that's what we're looking forward to doing here.
Yeah, Brett, I'm sure you did a lot of reflection, but at some point where you're like, well, that's how my offensive lineman. Like tight ends in the NFL, Billy Kemp gets injured. Like things all around you, plus the coaches, you know, departures from the year before. It wasn't just one thing. There was a lot going on.
It was a big shake-up, right? Yeah. I'm not going to blame it on that because I knew what I was coming back to, and I thought we could be successful. It just didn't work out. Like, I knew our tight end was gone. I knew our boys up front were gone. I was optimistic, and I wanted to give it a go. Like I wanted to end my career there. So I gave it a go. It didn't work. So that's why I'm in the portal. That's why I went to the portal and now I'm here. So that's all I could ask for. I gave it a shot. It just didn't work.
Do you feel like the embodiment of ACC 2023 from one, proud program to another here as a transfer? And there's so many things here, and you're at Media Day.
Sorry, what was it?
Do you feel like you're just embody the ACC in 2023? I mean, you're kind of
Do I embody?
Like you're very much college football.
I feel old. I don't know if I embody. I've been around. I guess I've been around the ACC. I've seen tons of familiar faces. Being to this being my third year here, I've seen a bunch of familiar faces. Yeah, and I guess it's cool. It's cool in a way. I don't know if I embody the ACC though. I try to be presentable.
Yeah, I just meant that like the transfer portal, two different schools, quarterback with next year eligibility. I mean, there's so many things that you represent.
Yeah, I try to just represent myself. a good way, and hopefully people enjoy it. I don't know.
Brennan.
Sorry.
Yeah, new offensive coordinator and new starting quarterback, and a lot of people don't really know what to expect from this offense. What should people be expecting when you guys in the field day one?
I mean, we still got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
So the expectations, everyone expects the highest of the high, right? I think we can expect to try to be the best ACC offense in the ACC. And if we're that, we're in good shape.
And is
that's all we can really ask for.
Is there an element of that offense that people aren't aware of that you got to make known? Is it player?
I mean, if I was, I probably wouldn't say it.
Yeah. You don't want to give the giveaway.
Yeah, no giveaways, but yeah, man, I'm just looking for, like I said, I think fall camp's going to be really enjoyable just because we get to see guys start to really hone in on a lot of things, and we get to see guys step up. Yeah, he was on my tail constantly. I was a young buck, 18, 19. Oh, he was on my butt about everything. So, yeah, didn't enjoy it much.
Was there a specific instance or story that you remember that he was really on your tail?
I mean, there was just not really like a specific. I just remember at practice, like just getting ripped, just about decisions, and I'm like, yeah, but I thought it was this. And there's no thinking, there's no thoughts, and I've quickly learned that when you say I thought, it's not a really good response. You know, you at least got to say why you. Tell them what happened and like why, not saying I thought something and you could be completely wrong. So, yeah, just a lot of rips. He just ripped into me a lot. And being young, I didn't take it well.
What was the moment where your feelings changed?
Well, I think I just started maturing. And I think I was like, okay, like, he's not me. It's not personal. When you're younger, you take it all personal. And, you start to understand like the reason why he's doing it, and it's just who he is too. It's just one of his characteristics of coaching. So I think I just started maturing. I didn't really change him. I just kind of changed the way how I looked at it, and then we became tighter. I mean, as years go on, we become tighter.
Brennan,